Hi everyone. So today we'll be talking about fractions. So let's quickly try to understand what fractions are. Okay. So fractions are always a fraction is always two parts. So one is called the numerator, okay, and one is called the denominator. Okay. So now what does A and B signify? Okay. So let's take for example a circle. Okay. So if something given to us is equally divided into b number of parts, okay, so let's say I have divided it in 8 parts, okay, and if I say I have taken two pieces out of it, okay, the colored ones, I have taken two pieces out of it, okay, so what can we say? The two pieces that I have taken can be represented by 2 divided by 8. Okay, so we had a whole thing which was divided into 8 equal parts, and out of those 8 equal parts, 2 parts we have taken. And if we have to present the parts which are not taken or which are not shaded red, it will be 6 by 8, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 remaining portions out of 8. So the upper part is called the numerator and the bottom part is called the denominator. Okay. And now we can learn one more concept here, that is called equivalent fractions. Okay. So now what are equivalent fractions? So equivalent fractions. So what are equivalent fractions? Okay, so if a fraction is given to us, for example, let's take here 2 by 8. Okay, so one fraction can have multiple equivalent fractions. Okay, and what do we mean by that? Okay, so if we divide or multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the same number, okay, so then we get an equivalent fraction. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So let's start with this. So if I multiply numerator and denominator both by 3, what do we get? 2 into 3 is 6 and 8 3s are 24. So we can say 2 by 8 and 6 by 24 are equivalent fractions. Okay, and we can further multiply 2 by 8, or we can divide it. Okay, so if we divide it by 2, we can see these are both even numbers, so they both will be divisible by 2. So if we divide it by 2, we get 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, so 1 by 4 is also an equivalent fraction of 2 by 8. Okay, so we can either multiply or divide it, but please make sure that it is by the same number. It's not that we do 2 by 8 and this is multiplied by 2 and this is multiplied by 3. That will not give us an equivalent fraction. Both the numerator and the denominator should be multiplied or divided by the same number, and always keep the order. So what does it mean? So numerator after multiplication or division will come as the numerator, and denominator will remain as the denominator. Otherwise, we end up changing the fraction, so we end up changing the question or the problem, so which will not be the same, and it will end up giving us incorrect answers. So I hope this is clear. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.